What's good? What's happening? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Black and Blending. Black to the Blending. How you guys doing? If you're new to the channel, I welcome you. My name is Tete Machele, and on this channel, we talk about sex and relationship, blending families, and a whole lot more. So if you are interested in that kind of content, please do consider subscribing below, turning on notification bell so that you are notified every time we post a video. So I've been blending for the past 4 years now, and somebody asked me the other day, what is the secret to a successful blending family? And I was like, it's tricky because personally, I don't think there's a secret. There's no ingredients to a successful blending family because some days you are here. You're thinking, whoa, I'm riding those waves, honey. I'm riding really high. And then the next day you are rock bottom and you have to start again. You understand? And I always tell people that if you yourself in a nuclear family have problems, problems with finances, problems with your own biological kids. Now imagine us in blending families where you have problems, you have problems with finance, you have problems with, children who are biologically yours and those who are not. You understand? So I had a friend of mine who is going to be going into a blending family. So she's getting married to a guy who has 2 kids. But so the guy and the baby mama have separated. And so she started dating this guy about 5 years ago. And they are thinking of getting married. And she was like, you know what, my friend, really and truly, I really need your advice. Where should I start? What should I do? And, all those basic things. So I said to her, the most important thing is communication. And the only way a blending family can work is if the biological parents makes the step parents a team member. You understand? You guys have to be a team because if you're not a team, it is not going to work. It is not going to work. The step parent is going to be frustrated and there's no point for them to come to you when you don't see them as a teammate. Because if you're not a team with the step parent who's your partner, you are going to be a team with your children or your child. And you know what that's going to do to that person. You understand? So for me, my advice was like, communicate with your partner first of all. Just be front and ask them, what do you want my role to be in your children's lives? You understand? Because he has a 4-year-old and a 8-year-old, I think, 4 and 8. So that age group is very different. The 4-year-old, could, build a really good relationship with his new stepmom. But the 8-year-old, it could take a lot of time, a lot of effort, you understand? But I'm thinking, first ask your partner, are you guys a team? Are you guys going to be a team? Does your rules and your opinions and whatever is it, the way you want to raise them, does it matter to him? And does he see the importance? Because if he doesn't see the importance, honey, you are preaching to the choir. Is that the saying? I don't know. But anyway, so for me, number one is the most important thing is that the person you're getting married to has to see you as the child's parent. You understand? He has to give the same importance he would give the mother of his children. You get what I mean? It shouldn't be a thing of when you say it's bedtime, he's just like, nah, give him another 2-3 minutes. Because if he keeps shutting down your opinions or your rules or whatever, the kids will see that, you understand? And there's nothing more frustrating. I can tell you that I'm not a step parent, yes, but my husband is a step parent and we've been blending for 4 years. So believe me when I tell you, I have seen all kinds of rainbows and unicorns in my marriage, you understand? But the important thing was that we knew that communication was really important and our marriage was super, super important. You understand? So it was our marriage and then the children and whatever else would follow. You understand? So every single night, I remember for like the first 2 years, what we do is like at night before we sleep, we'll talk about it. So let's just talk about the blending. How are you feeling today? Is there anything that frustrated you? And the surprising thing is this is what we're all not ready for. So when we first started blending, it was so bizarre. Monet was like literally 2 turning 3 or something along those lines, right? He could just make up lies. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, how do you even come up with that? You are so young and you can make up lies. So he got a haircut at a barber. And then the barber hit him with the machine by mistake and he got a little cut. So when his friends asked him, what happened? He's like, my dad hit me with the machine. Bruh, I was like, what the hell? I didn't even know how to approach it. And I was like, I was frustrated that he could come up with something like that, you understand, to an innocent man who did nothing, And today, if you ask him, he doesn't even remember. But obviously we remember because it made us feel a certain way, you understand. And for me, honestly, I'm just going to put it out there. The most important person in this marriage is the step parents, because you and your kids are already a team. When you come as a team. You guys are familiar with each other. You know your likes and dislikes, and now you must open that your space for somebody else to come in. And it's not easy, you understand? So if you put your child before the step parents, then there's no place for her at all. I'm not saying you have to put the step parents before the child, but out of 100%, the step parents has at least 110, and the child can take 100, because you know what? That person is raising their child as their own. And if you want them to do that, you have to give them the same power you gave your partner, whether it be the biological father or whether it be their biological mother. You understand? And for me, I feel like, yes, there's a lot of blending pages out there, but the most difficult thing is sitting in front of the camera and saying, you know what, when we started out, my child said this and this and this, and we couldn't take it, because it becomes too much. You understand? Because now you're giving a window, like you're opening a window to the outside world to come and judge you. You're not a good father. You're not a good this. You're not a good that. And let me tell you something. When you become a step parent, right, the world will reject you. Not beside the child, beside the father beside the man you're going to get married to, the world itself will reject you for being this child's mother. And this child needs a mother, you understand? Because children who are raised in two different homes, where you bounced from your mom to your dad, mom to your dad, and children who stay at home with a mom and a dad and visit a mom and dad, their behavior is different. You understand? But I've never understood why the world rejects. And I know I'm speaking from experience, because I saw how the world rejected my husband. Even me and Monet at the beginning, we were a team. We weren't so used to him. So sometimes we'll just be like, we're not ready for you right now and whatever. But with communication, with tears and hard times and challenges and a whole lot of, I feel like this and you make me feel like that and whatever, got us to a point where we are right now. We are no way from being perfect, you understand? But at least we are 5 steps ahead of where we were before. Yeah. Now you can consciously say, hey, if I do that, it's going to make a person feel this way. And I always say, a blending family is like a relationship. Right? In a relationship, you try your best to be a good person to your partner. You try your best to not cheat, not to hurt your partner, not to be mean, that's the same thing you do in a blending family, you understand? But obviously, like I said, the most work comes from the biological parents, because you are the glue between the child and the step parents. If you cannot glue it together, you yourself will be in trouble, because then the stepmom is going to be here, the child is going to be here, and it's always going to be tug of war for you. You don't know which side to go. We don't know which side to go. So all I'm going to advise you is just make sure that you and your husband are a team. There is nothing more I can tell you beside the fact that, because if you guys are a team, if his 8-year-old acts out of character, says, but you're not even my mom, you understand? He can then step in and say, no, but she's not trying to take over. She's not trying to be your mom. She's just trying to take care of you as a respectful, as a parent. You understand? She's my partner. She loves me, so she loves you. And she just wants what's best for you. Finish. Because, he's 8 years old. The 4-year-old knows their mom, because she's in the picture 24/7. So you're not trying to be their mom. You understand? The best way to start a relationship with any of them is to be a friend first. Be a friend first, and then from there you can start, building your way. Because sometimes there are parents who just go in and just, discipline, attitude or whatever. And that can be harmful to the child. That can be harmful to the child or to your relationship. Because now it's going to be as if, that's one. Every time she sees me, she just wants to punish me. Hey, that one, this one, hey, this one, hey, this one, this one. Like with me, with my family, like where we started, right? It was chaos. Bruh. Boom, like it was bombs. It was like a war between Russia and Germany. It was like Hitler days. It was terrible. Like Monet would just make these, like I'm even exhausted just thinking about them, but we soldiered on together. It wasn't a thing of when my husband or when I had a problem and I went to him, he'd brush it off, or he'd say, today I don't feel like being a dad. It was never like that, but obviously with practice, with patience, with time, you will get there. But the most important thing is your partner needs to be in it with you 100%. Because if they're not in it with you 100%, when the children go visit their mom, if the mom doesn't like you, she'll say all kinds of things. They'll bring it home. When they bring it home, your husband doesn't defend you. They take it back. When we told Papa, he didn't defend. Even, bruh, you can only imagine. Like, blending is not easy, but on top of everything, like I said, there's no secrets, you understand. And I know a lot of people, there's a lot of blending families nowadays, because I mean, a lot of people not only marry young, but sometimes you marry and you think this is the love of my life, and then in the relationship they show you flames, and then you have kids, you go your separate ways, and then you have to find another partner, and you have to, you know, there's just a lot of blending people, a lot of blending families out there, which is good to see, you know. But in order to be a successful marriage in a blending situation, you need to put your marriage first. You need to understand where your partner is coming from, whether they have kids, whether they do not have kids. You also have to listen to your children and make sure that the child never does divide and conquer. Because if the child ever does divide and conquer, honey, the rest is history. But anyway, if you are in a blending family, please do leave a comment in the comment section below. How would you advise her? Or what are some of the questions you should ask a partner? What are some of the things that you've done in your blending families that have really worked for you? Yeah, just leave a comment in the comment section below. And yeah, this is Tete Magele, guys, and I will see you in my next video. It is